Hey everybody, it's me, Ashley Brooke. Um, I came on here today for a quick awareness for autism. For those of you guys who know me already, and for those of you guys who are barely knowing me now, I'm autistic. And so we're both my children. I have a 3-year-old and I have an 11-year-old. And new behaviors have been showing up. My 3-year-old, in the middle of the night, they both have sleeping disorders. My daughter flooded my apartment. Yeah. She requires physical sensory input. So she has the need to like physically stimulate herself. So like brushing the arms, water games, sensory water games, stuff like that helps with her autism. So we've been doing that in therapy a lot. So in the middle of the night, I guess she was maybe having like, an issue sleeping, and then she walked her little butt to the bath and turned the water on and was making a bath for herself. Yeah. That was really bad. Child services came to my house and everything. I was like, hey, I swear it's not me. I'm not crazy. My child is just special needs and she requires physical sensory input. And they're like, what? What does that mean? Like, they're so uneducated. They don't know what the hell's going on. So I had to go get letters from regional center, show them what happened, show them what I'm talking about. Did a hair follicle test for them because they thought I was like on crack or something, but I'm not. So yeah, it was intense. So just want to make this awareness for you guys who have autistic kids that do some strange things sometimes. And I can say that because I'm autistic. If you're not autistic, be careful. I'm sorry, I get offensive sometimes. So we also have Ozzy, who's 11. Ozzy, for no reason at all of a sudden, never did nothing crazy before. Jumped out of bed at 5 in the morning and tried to go outside with no pull up on and no socks. My heart nearly jumped out of my chest. I immediately called regional center and I had to press them really hard and harass them intensely. Yeah, it's a requirement as an autistic parent. You have to, okay? And like my kids are not safe. If I'm getting threatened to get kicked out of my place, child services is at my door, and my son is being, in a dangerous situation because there's not enough support. I press and I press and I press, and it took me about a couple of months to finally get maximum hours to respite. So I do that. So now I save 240 hours. Now I have an in-home care provider, which is why I'm able to actually record now. Before I wasn't recording. If you guys didn't realize before, I took a long break because I was just like so exhausted. I'm just like constantly helping them. Um, Another thing, um, like so, a lot of times respite hours, you go and call the agency and get a respite worker from outside, right? And they'll be like, oh, they're only allowed to take care of that one child. They're not going to clean. They're not going to do this. And it's like, excuse me. Uh, Most of the job with an autistic child is cleaning. Like, are you crazy? Yeah, that's baloney. But guess what? You just go ahead and go along with it anyways. It's like, okay, bring them down. And then you have a talk one-on-one with the respite worker. Like my respite worker, she helps me do whatever I need around the house. And when there's downtime, I'm like, oh, you're fine. You can watch TV. Like, we have a understanding. Just help me get what needs to get done, and then we can all take a break. So it works out like that for us right now. And we did get maximum hours just recently. So thank you, Jesus, for that. You know, but I wanted to bring some awareness. Like when you have someone else stepping in your house to take care of your children that are on the spectrum, if you're not autistic, maybe, and your kids are, maybe there's some things you don't even understand. But the things that you do understand about your child, like how to take care of them, how to soothe them, why they're responding a certain way about certain sounds or certain things, is very important to make a binder. You put all the emergency contacts, you put, poison control, all that type of stuff. All the numbers to call to get them the immediate assistance that they need. Also put all their allergies to foods, all their textures to foods. Okay, how to handle a certain situation if they respond some type of way. Like for example, my son. I'll give you two examples. Okay, two examples for both my kids. Ozzy, when he's eating food, he's very particular in texture. If the food's not made just right, he will find certain softer pieces of the food and spit them out on the floor. He's constantly throwing food on the floor. Okay. Izzy. Uh, she hears a car going through the alley. She starts panicking, screaming, running out the house, trying to like run away in panic because she's oversensitive to sound, like her mother, like me. I have seizures from sounds. So it's very important that you put every single little detail that you need somebody to know about your kid before you leave them with your autistic child. No, I am a firm believer in that. My daughter is supposed to start school next school year, and they're having a major delay in her evaluation for her to start school. And I said, okay, well, there better be a letter. I want my proof. Hence the name of my um, YouTube channel. I got proof I'm blessed. It really is. I got proof. Everybody get your proof because people be at you if you don't have your proof that you did everything that you possibly could. And also, don't want to do or put your child that's autistic in a situation that people are not equipped to handle because guess who's going to suffer? That autistic child. So I told them, I said, you better give me a letter showing that you guys have a delay because my daughter's not going to start regular school when she has special needs, and the teacher is not educated in that field in that with her diagnosis. It's not happening. So I said, unless they're going to expect me to go to that school every day and be in class with her, my special needs daughter is not going to go somewhere where someone's going to discriminate against her and be mean to her or yell at her or be all like, weird and expect her to fulfill their expectation that she cannot fulfill. Not happening. So I want to let that be some awareness for you guys. Do not let anybody press your special needs child to do something that they are not able to do. Um, and if they are able to do it, make sure that the people that are working with them, I really hope, I know it's hard to find, but let's hope that they are on the spectrum. I would never let someone work with my kid unless I fully train them first, unless they have years of working with children on the spectrum and I see something that clicks with me. I'm very picky about who's around my children. And I think everybody that has autistic kids should be too. Because if you guys don't know this, the reason why they give like Medi-Cal and stuff, the insurance covers ABA, more sessions of ABA than it does speech and OT. Why do you think that is? Because ABA therapists don't usually have a high education. It's usually like associates at best, kind of apprentice type of work. Like they go and train them. They're not educated to deal with an autistic person. Sorry, okay? Unless that ABA worker also has a background of education in like child development and has more, education to back it up. But if it's just ABA, that's what they give you like four days of ABA. They like give you a lot of it because guess why it's not expensive because it doesn't take a degree to give it. Okay, they don't pay them that much. You know what I'm saying? So just a heads up. Okay, and this is a person speaking that is autistic, who has autistic kids, that has been fighting the system for funding, resources, Section 8. I got Section 8 in 2 months because no one's gonna not give my kid equal opportunity and equal rights. Another example of what I'm going through right now with my kids. My son had a referral for physical therapy. He requires it, right? He requires physical therapy because he has psoriasis, he has microbiome issues, and he's autistic, nonverbal. He's a big boy, He has allergies to foods. It makes his diet limited, hard for him to exercise because of his medical condition. So he definitely requires it. Okay. They sent us to a place called Total Physical Therapy in El Cajon in San Diego. They evaluated him. They're like, oh, yes, he requires at least 2 days a week of physical therapy for at least an hour. I said, okay. They said, but I don't know if we can do that for him because your son spits. And I don't think we can have that. It's a liability. We can't have him in the building. I said, excuse me? And they're like, well, we're going to talk to the supervisor. I'm like, okay. So I leave, right? And they kept denying him. And then they finally pressed it and pushed it through. Then they tell me, when I finally go, when it got approved, I got a letter in the mail that the insurance approved it. Well, this facility has the nerve to tell me, oh, we don't treat children. That's why we won't take your son. I said, you are so full of baloney because when I went there to evaluate my son, and I have recordings of his session actually on YouTube, okay? There is children getting therapy. All I saw was children getting therapy. It is a therapy place for children. They said it's not pediatrics. I said, excuse me? This is a facility that gives physical therapy to children. Can't be like they don't deal with special needs or like people with disability. Hello, needing physical therapy implies that they have a physical disability, some sort of need physically. Excuse me, I'm not freaking stupid. I was super offended. Super offended. I said, excuse me, what you're saying to me is a bunch of crap, and I want to speak to your manager. And they're like, oh, well, the manager's not in right now. I said, listen, when I last time I was in there, your therapist said that you wouldn't treat my son. Possibly the manager wouldn't treat my son because he spits. So you want to go and like say some stupid shit? Go say it to that dumbass who went and no, that go say it to him who went and leaked out your guys' little messed up secret that you guys don't take special needs kids. I want to speak to your manager. They're like, she's not in. I said, well, you let her know to call me and let her know that this is a discrimination issue. Because if the insurance covered it and they approved it, there should be no damn reason that they're not treating my son. My son didn't deserve treatment. That's crazy. So that is what we're dealing with right now, you guys. I'm only sharing this with you guys to let you know you're not alone. They're doing this to all of our kids. I try to give my son speech back because it's summertime, so he doesn't get fall behind. And they said it's gonna be 2 years. Wait, it's not gonna work for me. So I called again. I kept pressing, and that's a requirement as an autistic parent. Do not stop pressing, and do not let somebody mistreat your child or talk down or even ask in front of them what level are they. You know, what type of autism? Don't do that in front of an autistic kid. That's ridiculous because they understand everything that you're freaking saying, and all it's going to do is make them stop trying. They're not going to want to participate. They're going to feel like something's wrong with them. I know. I went through it. Okay, not cool, man. I was nonverbal till I was 7, and then I stopped talking from 10 to 11. Why do you think that is? For crap like that. I remember everything they said when I was nonverbal, and then they were very mean, talking about me in front of me like I wasn't in the damn room. Ridiculous. Don't be one of those parents, guys. Advocate, stand up for your kids. Okay? If you need any help navigating resources, let me know. Okay? And don't forget to like and subscribe as well.